How's it going, my evil residents? Today, we are going to be ranking all of the mercenary characters in Resident Evil 4 Remake because I feel like it. This list is going to be ranking them worst to best, but none of them are technically bad. At any points where I'm not sure which one to place above the other, I'm just going to go with personal preference. That is the criteria for the list. If you end up really liking the video and you want to see more content like this, feel free to drop a subscribe. Yes, I said it weird on purpose, just to get you to think about it more. And let's get right into it.
Life's a circus, and I'm the clown.
Securing the last place spot at number 8, we have our boy, Leon. The default jacket Leon. Now, the reason I put him in last place is not because he's bad. He is quite a glow up from the original RE4 version of Leon. He has stronger weapons, and just the gameplay mechanics of this game suit his more basic kit for Mercenaries better than his basic kit was suited for the original game. Honestly, as far as RE4 goes, RE4 Remake goes in general, as long as you have a knife and a handgun, you're good. And then he has a special ability that lets him take down bosses with the double damage and stuff, and he's got the shotgun, you can always pick up grenades and stuff like that. He is set, he can handle everything, and as long as you have a good handle on the game mechanics, and you're good at positioning yourself, you'll do just fine. But he doesn't really have anything that sets him apart from any of the other characters. He's the most basic, most vanilla character that you could possibly use for Mercenaries, given he's the first one, just to get you more used to the game mode, and make sure you have the fundamentals down before you go and get access to all the OP characters. So that is why he gets placed in the bottom of the list. Again, he's not bad, he is quite good, and much better than he was in the original RE4, just not as good as any of the other ones on here.
He is my neighbor, Nur Sultan Tuliakbai. He is paining my assholes.
Next on the list at number 7, we have Luis, which, thank you Capcom. On behalf of the entire community, thank you for putting him in Mercenaries in this game. I want to kiss you on the face, Capcom. I'm going to Tom Brady you. Luis in this game takes some getting used to. He has high damage precision weapons. I'm going to count the Red 9 as a precision weapon because if you don't land a headshot, you might as well have not fired and you're going to get your ass whooped. His melee attacks are all really strong. They're really effective. I love his metal pipe sound effect melee attack. That one is primo. I love that one. And then his special ability, fun fact, you might think it damages you because it's literally TNT, but it actually doesn't. So you can place it as like a get out of jail free card. You're cornered, throw it down. He does his swipey hand thing. Just shoot it. Just shoot it below you. And then you can place another one. It's really good. The main reason I have him so low is because his other weapons, they really rely on really good positioning and really good knowledge of where you are in the map and where all the enemies are. If you don't have that, or if you're not good about managing just like your movement and your inventory and like how reloaded your weapons are, you're gonna have a bad time because these are high damage, slow rate of fire, slow reload weapons, and if you're slacking a little bit, you're gonna get punished for it. As long as you're on top of everything, you will sweep this game with Luis way better than most other characters, but because he's so hard to use, more so than pretty much any other character on here, he goes here.
Bitches be like, you, wow, bitch what?
And now in the number 6 spot, we have Classic Ada. The reason I put Classic Ada here is honestly because I'm just not a big fan of her loadout, honestly. It's just, I don't know, it just, the other Ada character, quote-unquote, that we have in Mercenaries for this game, I just think has a much better loadout. Not that this one's bad. I mean, she has an RPG, which is awesome. Not going to complain about an RPG. But you have the Stingray, which is really good for like the castle map, and it's really good for the island map in some instances. But yeah, I think her kit in the other setup is better. The Stingray is a little bit annoying to use in Mercenaries, especially with the scope. It's just a little bit too slow for how fast-paced Mercenaries can be. But you do have the TMP to kind of balance it out, and you can pretty much carry with just the TMP. But the main problem I have with this one is honestly ammo problems. I end up having a lot of ammo problems because I can't switch to a handgun while I'm picking up more TMP ammo and stuff like that. So it's just, that's the main reason that she goes at number 6. But as long as you don't suck at the game like I do, I could see why someone would put her a couple spots above. But yeah, she just doesn't have like a super high damage weapon besides the Stingray, which I would consider like a medium damage weapon. And the RPG is like a one and done, so you just save it for like the last set of boss enemies or like the Mad Chainsaw guy. So I don't think she really deserves a higher spot, but I could see it being argued that she could go above Pinstripe Leon or Krauser, which I guess I just spoiled the next two on this list, but fuck it, we ball.
What do you get, your period?
Next on the list, we have Pinstripe Leon. And the reason I have him here is because, one, why doesn't he come with the hand cannon? Why? Second, I don't know if it's just me or if I'm just unlucky, but I never get Magnum ammo when I play as Pinstripe Leon. And maybe get 2 through my entire run through as him, but it's just a pain, so I pretty much only use it for bosses, and then I'm stuck with the Chicago Sweeper for the entirety of the run, which is fine. I do like the Chicago Sweeper, it's easy to use, but if you're not good about ammo management, or you're playing on a map with a lot of shields, or like metal shield guys, you're gonna have a little bit of a rough time with ammo, because it can get a little bit annoying to deal with those guys, and you don't have like the grapple that Ada has to deal with them, and you don't have a super high damage other weapon to take care of those things. You know what I mean? So, like, he's really good, obviously, because he has the Chicago. But if you're playing on a map with shields, he's just a little bit rough to use. Obviously, you can get around it if you're just good at the game. Yeah, that's the main reason he doesn't get higher, is he just isn't all-around OP like the rest of the characters on this list. So, yeah, he comes in at the number 5 spot.
Wipe that disgusting grin off your face!
Sir, yes, sir!
At number 4, this spot and the spot above it took me forever to decide which one I wanted to put in 3rd and 4th. These two took me the longest to place. But at number 4, going with Krauser. Because while he is really, really fun to use, and it's not 100% clear that you can just spam his knife and that it's infinite. I know it literally says it on the menu, but I'm stupid. And I know other people have not realized this either. I've seen like Resident Evil Reddit posts and people on Twitter being like, what? His knife is infinite? So most people don't know this, and they don't know that he has like unique knife moves either. They just use his TMP and his bow and call it a day. But honestly, Krauser is best used if you literally never touch his TMP. Like every time I die as Krauser, it's because I pulled out his TMP and actually tried to use it. And then he has his bow to get out of corners and take out big enemies. And he has his special ability to one-tap any boss enemy. So he's just all around, he's great. He's pretty much untouchable as long as you get the hang of his knife stuff. He's the hardest to use of all the OP characters, which is why I put him in the 4th place. He has kind of the same thing as Luis. He's just way, way better.
What do you want to say? I'm listening. We're all waiting.
At number 3, we have regular Ada. And I would say the main reason I ranked Ada above Krauser is I just think she's way more fun to play. I love Ada's gameplay loop and get out of jail free card of the grapple. Like, oh, I'm cornered. Shoot an enemy far away, grapple out. You're good. And then if you really want to take out all those enemies, you can turn around, shoot them with crossbow, throw a grenade at them. You're good. I just think that's a really good utility to have. While Krauser is very consistent and can kill enemies, it takes a while. But Ada is, you can just nuke enemies, okay? You can one-tap, like shoot one enemy in the head with the blacktail. And yes, I just want to acknowledge right here, I know I rated the blacktail too low on my RE4 weapons ranked list. When I rank the separate ways weapons, I will rectify this, but please don't grill me in the comments. I understand. I understand now, I'm sorry. But as I was saying, you shoot one zombie with the blacktail, melee, and you've killed everyone in that group, or at the very least knocked him down for a knife attack. So it's, I mean, she's more quickly effective than Krauser. She just takes a little bit, you actually have to aim. Basically, you have to interact with the main gameplay mechanic of the game, which is aiming and shooting your gun. Like I said, these two are basically interchangeable. I just think Ada is more fun to play. Honestly, if you guys want to leave in the comments what you prefer between Ada and Krauser, go for it. I will probably change my mind on this in a day or two, but it's like these two are about as fun to play and about as good as each other. Ada, I think, just edges it out because the grappling hook is so fun, and her crossbow is really fun, and it's better than Krauser's bow. I hate Krauser's bow, as good as it is. It's very clunky.
This place? Oh, who the fuck are you? I'm the guy who does his job. You must be the other guy.
In the number 2 spot, this might be controversial, is Wesker. Now hear me out. I know everyone's like, Wesker's the best character in the entire... No. For one, his handgun magazine is tiny. Two, if the Plaka guys are having a seizure on the ground before they get up, you have to shoot them to kill them. He can't just melee them. And he doesn't just have like a normal like melee hit thing, which is really annoying, and you can't do like the RT execution or like the R2 execution, whatever you play on. You can't do any of those moves with it, which I do think is kind of annoying because I do those a lot. I really like those moves, and I just feel like I'm missing a key piece of kit when I don't have those, and it really bothers me when I play as Wesker. I know his melee move is OP, and I know his super move is really freaking OP as well. He gets the Killer 7, but he also doesn't come with healing items, and you just have to rely on healing items you find on the map, which is annoying. And then while his parries and his super move are super OP, he just has a handgun, and he relies a lot on just being good at the game mechanics in that way, because just like pistol and melee, you're good as long as you know the game mechanics. He's like the next logical leap of, if you've mastered Leon in this game, you've mastered Wesker, basically. You just don't have a shotgun at your disposal. You have the Killer 7 instead, which also rarely drops ammo. So for people who have played this game a lot and are really good at it, I understand why you put Wesker at the top. Honestly, might put Wesker at the top if not for a few points I'm going to make about Hunk. But yeah, I think Wesker lands at number 2. Hunk just... oh, let's just get to Hunk right now. At number 1, we have my boy, my man, Hunk. I love Hunk. Hunk has the LE5, which is like a 3-shot kill on most regular enemies. Demolishes shields. He has insta-kill melee moves. He can still parry and do knife takedowns, unlike Wesker. His melee moves are just as efficient as Wesker's, as long as you're good about your parrying time. You can still do the stun and the neck break thing, and you're good. He does the wiggle fingers, the magic fingers. You got the magic touch. And then he has infinite ammo on one of the most high damaging weapons in the game. It's insane. And for the bosses, sure, he doesn't take them out quite as fast as Wesker would or Ada or Krauser would, not quite as fast, but they're stun locked into oblivion. The minute you start shooting them with his ability on, they're done. As long as you just continue to shoot them, they are absolutely done. So for that reason, the fact that he can still do knife attacks, do the takedowns from behind, he has insta-kill melee moves, he has one of the best guns in the game, which he can make infinite ammo with extra damage. He's ridiculous. He's so good. And on top of that, unlike Wesker, he still gets healing items. If you kill enemies with Hunk, they still drop healing items, and he starts with the healing item. So you have more leeway than you do with Wesker. You have access to almost as good of DPS as Wesker, and you have access to your entire kit with Hunk. So that's why I think he edges it out. He just has other things besides the DPS, but even then, the DPS is like marginally worse than with Wesker. You see what I'm saying? I think the other utility that Hunk has outweighs the Wesker's just OP damage, or Ada or Krauser's OP damage. So that's why I think Hunk gets on the top. I mean, he's Hunk. What more do I have to say? They don't call him a human unit, never killed for nothing. I mean, if his gameplay in RE4 is anything to show by, like, he's a unit. He's a Chad.
And that's the game.
That is going to do it for the ranking. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like. I might rank the RE5 Mercenaries characters next, but I'm not quite sure what my next video will be. If you have any video suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And if you're tired of my horrible microphone and want to support the channel directly, I do have a membership set up. The cheapest tier is 99 cents if you just want to buy me like a freaking gumball from the mall. I would greatly appreciate it. But any and all money I do get from this channel just goes back into the channel. So like I said, if you're tired of my horrible microphone, drop a membership donation. It would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. And I'd give you a kiss on the forehead. That said, if you watched the video, if you liked the video, if you disliked the video, if you left a comment, anything, if you interacted with this video in any way, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching and enjoying. Or if you didn't enjoy it, thank you for any feedback or just tuning in for however long you did. Thank you for watching, and stay evil, my residents.